Hi guys, thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. My name is Catherine and I tell true stories. My story today is about the differences between the modern witchcraft and the traditional witchcraft. First of all, you need to know that witchcraft is not just about consulting fortune tellers, casting spells, or drinking magic potions. The Bible describes it more broadly as a rebellion since it involves communion with the evil beings such as a deal with the demon. Modern witches tend to focus more on personal growth than to harm others by connecting with the natural elements such as the earth, the moon, the stars, name it. But the traditional witchcraft is more concerned about doing harm to the others than personal development. It involves, yes, personal development, but through doing harm to the others. But what you need to remember is that an evil entity has to be involved in both cases. You will see that in traditional witchcraft, most of the time it's done in secret because of the threat from the society. Witches are known to cause harm, so most of the time it's done in the darkness. The traditional witches, they perform their rituals in the darkness, in hiding. They don't even want to know where people to find their offices. So you will find them in very dingy places, dirty places with pots, sacrificial blood split everywhere, tails of animals, skins of snakes, concoctions that are very smelly most of the time. It is not that I have visited any, but this is what I have seen as they are portrayed in the novels, in the movies, and from the people who have visited them anyway. This is how they describe them, or the journalists who have visited them. So, in the modern witchcraft, you will find they have an office, even they have an online link. And should you make a mistake of clicking on one of them, they're going to disturb you like nobody's business. They will be promising how they're going to change your life and even start telling you about your life. Common things that happen to most of the people. Most of the people in life have dreams, so they'll start telling you about your dreams. Most of the people have experienced something not so positive in their life. They will start telling you about all these common things that happen to anybody. And for the stupid ones, you might tend to fall for it and waste your money on them. And most of the time, you will see that they have, even in their comment section of their work, people who have managed to get help from them. Oh, they call themselves normally angels. Angel Elizabeth managed to help me get a very well-paying job, a very good wife, and I managed to acquire the property that I wanted without any problem through the help of Angel Elizabeth. Then another one you'll also put in the comments. Oh, Angel Elizabeth made me get the love of my life. Well, what you need to know is that these comments are also people who have been paid to put in the comments to make her business grow. They are working in cahoots. Just say this has happened to you. I get a few people to comment on my work so that I get clients. These are her marketers. It's not that they have experienced anything good from these crystal tarot readers, whatever they call themselves. So most of the modern witches, you'll find them practicing things like palm reading. They will look at your palm and tell them, oh, you can see there's an M in my hand. That M has a meaning. Everybody has some marks in their hands as God created them. When you're babies, of course, your hand is very tight like this in the womb. And of course, once you grow up, they will have marks in your hand. So those marks are supposed to define your life. You will travel a lot, you will have a lot of money. M means I don't know what. The witches can tell me, what does that M mean? If you have M in your hand, you will do this and this. If you have this in your hand, you will have a very strong a marriage or something of the sort. Well, I remember one of these witches one time, just a normal lady. She called one of our staff and she opened her hands and she began reading her palm, and she read out the name of her husband, which was so shocking. It was really shocking because this was the first time they were ever meeting. It was not like a plan that they were to meet and then I will read out the name of your husband so that I get money. And funny enough, she was not asking for money. Well, guess who's behind this? The demon. The demon wants you to have power, faith, believe in the power of other people and forget about God. And so the demon works with them, gives them the information, and told her, you will have a very strong, long marriage with this husband of yours that I don't want to mention the name, but she mentioned the real name of the husband, which was very shocking. So you find that modern witches' offices are very clean. They're even working online, and most of the time they will use palm reading. They will use tarot cards as they tell you to mix the cards and then pick out one card and tell you about your future, which is normally not true most of the time. And then you will also see that they will have crystal balls to tell your future. You will do this and this. Your past life was like this and this, which most of the time is not true, backfires, things like that. What else do these modern witches use? Tarot cards, I say that, crystal balls, palm reading, and they will even use a combination of natural healing like Reiki. They like spoiling even other things that are real, put it together with their concoctions and make it so evil that, people start neglecting some of these treatments, which are actually natural and healing. But since they're being used by witches, they mess up their names, things like that. And they will also use things like love potions, crystals, give it to you, wear for this long, at night remove it, wear it for 2 hours, it will work for this length, things like that. These are the modern witches. And they bring themselves out without hiding, as if they're the good ones. But in reality, there is no difference between the modern and the traditional one who is hidden somewhere in a hut, using skulls, blood, and everything. Both of them are dealing with the demon. Having what do you call this? These people who use snakes and the rest to represent them go visit somebody and cause harm. They're the same. They're the same. There's no difference. Only that the modern one works in a clean office, has an online site. The traditional one is kind of dirty, uses some blood sacrifices. His place of work is messy. The modern ones, you have to produce money to work with them. The traditional ones, you have to bring a sacrifice in whatever form they ask you. It can be human, it can be animal. So the modern ones are just clean, dirty people. And the traditional ones are dirty, dirty people. So if you like my content, like, share, and subscribe. Ciao. Those are just some of the differences, but if we go deeper into them, there is more to that. There is more to that. Ciao.